All praises to Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham Makar Kwadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. This is going to be a lesson on whether the Gentiles have access to the new covenant or not. Right, and I'm just going to go into a few scriptures to show that according to the Bible, right, not according to people's own opinion or people's own emotions, they don't, right? According to the Bible scriptures that you can read, or the scriptures that are available to read, Gentiles do not have access to the new covenant, right? So this is Romans chapter 9 and verse 1. I say the truth in Hamashiach, I lie not. My conscience also bear me witness in the Holy Spirit, that I have great heaviness and continual sorrow in my heart. For I could wish that myself were accursed from Hamashiach for my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh, who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption, and the glory, and the covenants, and the giving of the law, and the service of God, and the promises. Now, people will read that part there and they'll disagree with that because they'll say, no, everyone's got access to the new covenant now. All you have to do in the Bible is read what the new covenant is, and then you will find out that that is not true, right? So I'm going to go to Jeremiah 31, and verse 31, it reads, Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them. Excuse me. Let me read verse 31 again. Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. So it lets you know in the scriptures that the new covenant is only for the Israelites, the house of Israel, which is the northern kingdom, and the house of Judah, which represents the southern kingdom, right? The house of Israel was taken back down by the Assyrians. The house of Judah was taken down by the Babylonians, and then at a later stage it was taken down again, or the slavery continued on and was led into the hands of the Persians, man. Right? Now, verse 32, not according to the covenant I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break, although I was a husband unto them, saith Yahweh. But this shall be the covenant I'll make with the house of Israel after those days, saith Yahweh. I'll put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts, and I will be to them a power, and they shall be to me a people. And they shall teach no more every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, Know Yahweh, for they shall all know me, from the least of them unto the greatest of them, saith the Lord Yahweh. For I will forgive their iniquity, which gets rid of the whole thing that the Israelites did so much evil that Yahweh just cast them away. That's not true, right? Because it says, I will forgive their iniquity and I will remember their sin no more. Now, if you accept that the new covenant has not taken place yet, right, then you will have to accept that this particular event that he's talking about here is even after the Messiah has already came and be sacrificed, that this thing here is still waiting to happen. Now, if you say that the new covenant has happened already, well, then you've got to show where there's people on the earth keeping all of the Yahweh's laws, and that there's no need for nobody else to teach nobody about the Lord anymore because they all know him. And you Christians can't say that, because if that's the case, then why have you got so many churches where you try and teach people according to your own doctrine that you believe to be true? You try and teach people about the Lord. Whereas if you was under the new covenant, you wouldn't need to do that, right? So in your own doctrine, you're showing that you don't really believe that the new covenant's here, because if you did, you wouldn't be trying to go out of your way to teach people your own doctrine, that according to what I believe, in my opinion, and according to what scriptures I've read, your doctrine of Christianity is full of lies and full of holes, full of plenty of hypocrisy, to where every single Bible verse cannot be used to make that doctrine that you have got stand true. Now, let's go read a few more. For I will forgive their iniquity, and I remember their sin no more. Verse 35, Thus saith Yahweh, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinances of the moon and of the stars for a light by night, which divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar. Yahweh of hosts is his name. If those ordinances depart from before me, saith Yahweh, then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation before me forever. Now, that can't happen. Verse 37. Thus saith Yahweh, which if the heaven above can be measured, and the foundations of the earth searched out beneath, I will also cast off all the seed of Israel for all that they have done, saith Yahweh. So when people are trying to say that the Gentiles have got access to the new covenant, right? That's not true. Right? These scriptures right here prove that it's not true, because Yahweh literally made the sun, which was made before Israelites existed, which was made before any humans existed, the moon, the stars, all of these things were made before the Israelites, right? But they were made with the thought process of the Israelites in mind, meaning that if you can destroy these things, then you can also get rid of the nation that Yahweh was going to choose. Now, what other nation has he made such a grand statement about? What other nation has Yahweh made a statement about, such as the word you can read in Jeremiah 31 verse 35 to verse 37, where he's saying, if this can be destroyed, or if this can be searched out, then I'm also going to cast away or this nation. There isn't no other nation that Yahweh has made such a grand statement about, that the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob has made such a grand statement about, man, showing the amount of love that he has for them due to the promise that he made to their forefathers, man. Now, if you don't want to believe that we're Israelites or not, fair enough. You don't have to, right? You don't have to believe that we're the chosen. You don't have to believe that we're Israelites. You can just stay believing that we're black if you want to. Go ahead. But whoever the Israelites are, that thing still stands for them, right? Whoever the chosen nation are, they are still the only people that are going to have access to the new covenant. Nobody else is going to have access to it. And just to prove, because some people, when it comes to reading any verse from the Old Testament, the first thing they want to say is, oh, that's Old Testament, so that don't mean nothing. Which is a lazy way to try and understand the Bible, by the way. Hebrews chapter 8 and verse 10. For this is the covenant that I make with the house of Israel after those days, saith Yahweh. I'll put my laws into their mind and write them in their hearts, and I'll be to them a power, and they shall be to me a people, and they shall not teach every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, know Yahweh, for they shall all know me, from the least to the greatest. So it's the same thing as mentioned in Jeremiah 31. And this thing, right, is going to take place, was going to take place from when it was written in Jeremiah 31. It was going to take place after the Messiah. Now, if you're saying that it's taken place already, right, well, just say when, right? Because then it also, you have to show that people are keeping the laws. So we definitely know that it's not taking place among you Christians, because you're still yamming up pork, man. You're still shaving your beards all the time. You're still committing adultery. You're still saying that you're sinners. But then at the same time claiming that you're saved. You're saying that the law is done away with among Christianity. You're mocking Hebrew Israelites for even mentioning any laws, as if that's not the guidelines that we look at to know whether we're living a righteous lifestyle or a wicked one, right? And as if a person is not more connected to the Lord if they believe in Yahweh Shai and keep as many laws as they can, rather than saying that they believe in the Messiah, but they don't keep anything, because they're saying grace is going to cover all of my wickedness. What kind of person is that? What kind of person would that be? Somebody that says that they believe in something, but they don't want to keep none of the righteousness of it. That person's a demon, if you ask me. That person's a hypocrite, if you ask me. Right? Now, I more than made the point, man, that Gentiles do not have access to the new covenant. Right? It's all throughout the scriptures that the Gentiles do not have access to the new covenant. And if you say that they can, well, just show what's mentioned in Hebrews 8 and 10, or Jeremiah 31 and verse 33. Show it written to any other nation by name, right? Don't try and find it nowhere vague. Show it written to any other nation by name, or even show these same things written to just the Gentiles. Show it. You will not be able to, right? They will not be able to do it. And on that note, Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom.